Hello, I'm Mary V. Today, let's talk about something that is so helpful for your bowing. So once I was teaching a class all about starting the violin, and we didn't have enough violins to go around. And it was just a kind of introduction type thing. So I got everyone to mime and copy what I was doing. So I'd do something very simple, and everyone was miming along, including doing a lot of movements like this, very, very flowy, rather than rigid, right? So quite a few people took up the violin after that, and I started teaching. And the remarkable thing is I noticed that the people who had been really good at miming were actually much better at the bow, the movement of the fingers and the flowing movement of the bow. And I realised that miming is an incredibly useful thing. So if you feel that your bow hand and your bow arm is pretty rigid and you're not really moving very much and can't seem to loosen it, try this trick of miming. It's absolutely brilliant. So you can just do it without the bow to start and really exaggerate the movements, really go over the top. And when you go up, flow afterwards with the fingers, and then when you go down, flow afterwards with the whole hand, like that. See if you can actually do that. And the valuable thing is, I'm holding the bow in my imagination, is that I'm really, really giving myself the feeling of the bow, the feeling of the fingers, freely, without any restrictions at all. And my arm is moving very freely. And just be careful you don't bring your shoulder up like this. Okay, that's the one thing that you don't really want to move, but move everything else. The shoulder just moves around in the joint, in the socket, like that. That's all the shoulder does, but it doesn't actually lift up. So do be careful of that. And the whole arm, just make it very, very flowy up and down, and get the release of that feeling and really concentrate on it. And then once you're a bit freer and you feel that your muscles are starting to free, get your bow and do it in the air. Wildly, it doesn't matter if it's straight or not. Just hold it. See, I nearly dropped it there. Okay, so just go wild and get that movement going, right? Up, down, and get those fingers moving like that, okay? Up and down. So that when you go up, the fingers go taller, and then when you go down, they go smaller, okay? Right, so I'm sort of almost doing a big circle. I'm sort of pressing down when I'm going down, and I'm sort of lifting up when I go up. When you're bowing, it seems to be like all straight lines, right? There's a straight line here, there's a straight line there, but it doesn't feel like that in your body. Quite often when you're playing, there are feelings of lifting the bow up in sort of circles and semicircles and figures of 8 and all that. So, and this is what's so great about miming. So when you, very occasionally, when you're miming above, just do a couple of notes, like that, and keep it going. Get a lot of movement in both the violin and the bow, and see what you can do. Like that. It seems very exaggerated. You can go slower if you like. Notice I'm really exaggeratedly lifting my elbow and moving my fingers a lot more than you would do when you're actually playing. Because the purpose of this is to give you the feeling. so that once you know what that feeling is of flowing movement, that's very different from this, right? Very different. You can start relaxing. And this is one place where relaxation does mean that. It means allow the muscles to go into this very gentle, soft flowing movement. So every time that you feel that your bowing arm is starting to go rigid, you can actually just go into the air and start flowing like that with your whole arm. Then it's time to apply that and start making a beautiful sound. So it seems very simple, but as a matter of fact, it's the basis of playing the violin and learning the violin, which is memory, muscle memory, and familiarity. And it's just repetition, but make sure that you're repeating the right things. So give yourself a really good chance here to loosen off from what you've been doing and see if you can just do something in midair. And hopefully you'll be able to bring that gently into the violin and think you'll find that you're much, much better with your sound and with your freedom and your ability to make some progress. So I hope that's helpful, and I'll say bye-bye for now. Bye.